Perfect, we're recording. All right, let me start my timer so that we're on time. Because I totally always lose track of time. Let me move my little thing so I know where not to stay in focus for you guys. Perfect, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the calves. I really like the stretch that we've been doing lately, especially yesterday when we were doing the Charlie's Angels. I definitely felt it. So what we're gonna do is I want you to take your left foot and I want you to push it out, almost like you're in a sumo squat with that foot. Then I want you to take your right foot and I want you to get up on the balls of your feet. You can have a little wider of a stance if you want to get that balance, or you can keep it wherever you're going to feel the stretch in your calf. I feel it a little bit on the wider side. So I want you to get up on the balls of your feet. Bring your heel up as high as you can. You should feel this really right in the calf, right up there. And it's wonderful. If you want to even lean to that side to really deepen the stretch, you can. Or if you want to back off a little bit, you can bend with the other leg or go straight down. Wherever you're feeling the stretch, that's where you want to go. I'm going to hold that. Take some nice deep breaths. Now that calf will stretch out. Okay, slowly bring your leg up. You can put your heel down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to take the right leg. We're going to put that out in sumo squat position, like that's how I want it. Now I want you to take your left foot. You can do a wider stance or you can keep it narrow depending on where you feel the stretch. I personally feel a little wider. So I'm going to get up on the balls of my feet and I'm going to lean that direction just to deepen it in my calf muscle. I don't feel it quite as much as if I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. But you may want to bend your right leg to really deepen the stretch. It's kind of where your balance is. So once you feel that stretch, hold it and take some nice deep breaths. Hold it for another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly put your heel down, bring yourself back together. You push your feet together. What we want to do is we want to wiggle out the ankles. It's always important. You want to go both directions, right and left. You want to switch feet. Do it a couple times each way. Go back and forth for about 15 to 20 seconds to really stretch out the ankles. Just doing some circles. Wiggling the toes while you're doing it. Just kind of getting a full foot stretch. About 5 more seconds. Okay, now we're going to come back to center. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some triceps. We'll do some upper body. Then we'll do abs, hips. We'll go down. We'll make sure we get that lower back. I got a couple good stretches for that. So first, what I want you to do is have your legs to be shoulder width apart. What I want you to do is take that right hand. I want you to bring it up and over. I'm going to turn so you can see me. I want your hand in the center of your back. I don't want it over here. I don't want it back here. I want you to go up and over and in the center. Once you're in the center, I want you to take that left hand. I want you to put it up on the elbow. Once you're there, I want you to push your hand directly down. I don't want it to the side. So you should really feel this in your tricep area here. You should also feel it down in your lats, depending on how much pressure you're applying. So get into the stretch. Take some nice deep breaths. You may hear my crazy dogs. I apologize. They're little. They can't help it. I'm going to hold this for another 10 seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, slowly bring our arms down. Now we're going to take our left hand, we're going to go up and over. We're going to do the same thing, put it in the center of our back. We're going to take the right hand, we're going to put it up and on the elbow. From there, we're going to push our hand directly down, again, feeling it in the left tricep, all the way down through the armpit into the lats, depending on how much pressure you're applying, how flexible you are. So get in the stretch and take some nice deep breaths. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. And we'll stretch out the shoulders and the chest and the upper back. Okay, slowly bring your arms down. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see the next one. What I'm gonna want you to do is we're really gonna try to open up our back. So I want you to do is take your hands and clasp them together. I want you to take them and I want you to fold them in and push them out. But what I want you to notice is I'm not hunched over like this because you won't be stretching the upper back. I want you to keep a nice tall back. I want your arms straight out in front of you and hold. Great job. Really try to separate those shoulder blades. Hold this for another 15 seconds. Okay, slowly bring them in and down. Shake it out. We're going to turn so you can see because there's two ways to do the next. Now we want to open up the chest. We just stretched out the back. Now we want to do the opposite to kind of even us out. There's two ways you can do this one. You can either do it, the first way is the same way we just did our hands by clasping them together and trying to push your elbows together. Or if you're a little more flexible, what you can do is you can take either arm and grab your bicep and push your shoulder blades together. It's the same stretch. It just depends on what your level of flexibility is. Really try to open up that chest. Bring those shoulder blades together. Okay. Slowly bring your arms down and shake them out. Kind of do some shoulder turns. Go front and back. Try to loosen them up. Some shoulder rolls. Do a couple more of these, back and forth. Okay, let's do one more shoulder. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna bring it across our chest. Once we're there, we're gonna take our left hand and bring it up. In this stretch, one thing you wanna remember is you don't wanna keep the hand that's coming up, your left hand in this instance, you don't wanna keep it on your elbow. You wanna either put it on your forearm or on your bicep and tricep. Take some nice deep breaths. Hold this for another 10 seconds. Slowly put your arms down. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to take the left hand, bring it across our chest. We're going to take the right hand, we're going to fold it up. Really try to separate those shoulder blades in the back, really closing the chest in the front, bringing the shoulder all the way around. Good job, everybody. Hold this for another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly bring your arms down. What we're going to do is take a nice wide stance. We're going to just do some reaches, but what I want you to do is I want you to keep your legs really planted. I want you to try to twist your lower back. That's what we're stretching. So this isn't a far stretch. So you're just going to turn and come back. Once you start to feel that stretch in the lower back, that's where I want you to go. So once you reach it, and then you're going to come back to center. Then you're going to go to the other side. Go to your, feel the stretch in the lower back, and then you're going to come back. I'm going to do this for about 25 seconds to really stretch out the back. You don't want to overextend. You want to just go till you feel the stretch. You can keep your arms up if that's easier for you, or you can reach them over, however you're feeling that stretch. Another 8 seconds. And let's everybody come back to center. Now what we're going to do is I want you to take a wide stance. What we're going to do is first we're going to go down, I'm going to touch the ground. We're going to hold that for a couple seconds. Then we're going to bring it back up. And then we're going to do side to side. So we're going to be stretching a couple different muscle groups at this point. So we're going to do this nice and slow. So everybody put your hands on the ground. You should feel this in your back. You should feel this in your hamstrings. Depending on how far down you go, you'll feel it in your glutes. We're just going to hold this. Another 5 more seconds. I want you to come back up. Now we're going to go to the right side. So we're going to take our whole body, shift it to the right. You should feel this in the right hamstring, the glute, and in the left oblique is where you should stretch this. You should feel this stretch. Excuse me. Hold this for another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly bring ourselves back up to center. Now we're going to do the same thing. Now we're going to go to the left side. All the way down, try to touch your foot. If you can't, your shin or your ankle, wherever you go, that's completely fine. You should be feeling the stretch in the left hamstring and also in the right oblique. Hold this for another 10 seconds. Okay, slowly bring yourself back up to center. We're gonna do one more oblique stretch before we go to the quads and the hips. So we're gonna keep that wide stance that we have right now. We're just gonna go up and over as far as we can. Hold for 2, and then come back up. Onto the other side. All the way over as far as you can. Feel the stretch in the oblique. Hold for 2, back up. I'm gonna do this for about 20 seconds. Really feeling that stretch. About 5 more seconds. And everybody come back to center. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our quad stretch. Feel free to hold on to the wall if you need to. You're gonna bring, it doesn't matter what side you start with, we're gonna do both. You're gonna bring your foot into your hand. At that point, I want you to bring your heel that's in your hand closest to your glute as possible. Once you're there, I'm gonna turn front so you can see me. I want your knees closed. I don't want them out here because you won't be stretching the quad. Once you close them, you should feel that stretch right on the top of your quad. Hold this for another 15 seconds. Okay, put that foot down nice and controlled. Now we're gonna go to the other side, put our foot in our hand. Once we're there, try to bring our heel as close to the glute as we can and close the knees. I'll turn so you can see me. Again, we don't want it out here. We really want to close that, the knees, really stretching out the quad. Another 10 more seconds. Let's bring your foot down, nice, slow and controlled. Everybody take a seat. I'm gonna stretch some glutes to start. I'll turn sideways so you can see me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna extend the left leg out. We're gonna take that right leg and we're gonna fold it over, putting our foot on our left quad. From that point, we're gonna walk our left heel up. But if you notice, see how my back hands are bent? Once we're here and our foot is up, I want you to extend those arms. So you should really feel this in the glute of the bent leg. So in my instance, I have my right foot bent. I'm feeling it in my right glute for sure. Hold this for another 10 seconds. And slowly let that left leg down. You can release the elbows. I'm gonna uncross my leg. Now I'm gonna take my left leg and put it on my right quad. I'm gonna bend that right knee. Once I get it up as high as I know I can, I'm gonna push my elbows straight. Hold this for another 10 seconds. And walk that right leg down. We're gonna uncross it. So now we're gonna do another lower back stretch. So what we're gonna do is extend your feet. I want you to take that right knee and bend it in. I want you to bring it over. Bring that knee as close to your chest as you can. Once you're there, I want you to turn towards your side of the bent leg and look behind you. Let me turn sideways so you can see me. Again, I have my bent leg over to the bent side and looking behind. You should feel the stretch in the lower back. Hold this for another 10 seconds and we'll switch sides. Okay, turn back to center. We're going to uncross the legs. Now we're going to bring the opposite leg over, cross it, and look behind. Turn around, so I'm facing you guys. Really stretching the lower back. Hold this for another 10 seconds. We're going to turn around. We're going to straighten the legs. I'm going to face front so you guys can see me. Do a couple leg stretches. What I want you to do is keep your legs together. We're going to bring our arms up and over. We're going to try to fold ourselves in half to really stretch out the body. So let's bring our arms up and over. We're going to take a nice deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to go down. So deep inhale in, exhale down. Try to touch your toes if you can. Bring your nose as close to your knees as possible. And take some nice, really big, deep breaths. Another 10 seconds. And slowly bring your arms up and down. And I want you to spread your legs nice and wide. Sit up on nice and tall. We're going to go to one side. So we're going to do, I want you to reach. If you want to stretch the obliques, if you feel this area is tight and you have the flexibility, you can go up and over. If you can't, that's completely fine. You can just reach. You're still stretching the same area of the back of the legs. If you want to add the obliques, it's the up and over. So whatever level of comfort you want is fine by me. Okay, let's slowly bring ourselves back up to center. And now we're going to do the other side. Again, the same thing. You can go up and over and add the obliques to it, or you can just reach and touch your toes. Another 5 seconds. Slowly bring yourself back up to center. So now we're going to take a little lower. We're going to bring ourselves on our back. What we're going to do is bring our knees to our chest at first, as close as you can. If you want to add, keeping your head up, if you want to add a little bit of a stretch, you can go right to left. You may feel this after this morning or whenever you did the ab day. I know my abs are feeling this position. Anytime I try to crunch up, rock back and forth. We'll do this for another 10 seconds. Okay, slow and controlled. Put your legs down. I want you to extend them out. I want you to place your head on the ground, shoulders on the ground. I want you to take your arms out like a T. At this point, we're going to do another lower back stretch. We've done this before. What I want you to do is take that right leg and fold it up. I want you to bring that heel as close to your glute as you can. Once you're there, I want you to take that left hand and place it on your right quad. At this point, I want you to pull your quad over to the left side, but I want you to keep your right shoulder and neck and head on the ground. So you're really stretching that lower back. Once you feel the stretch, you're there, take some nice deep breaths. Now hold this for another 10 seconds. Slowly roll yourself back, placing the right foot on the ground. And now you can straighten out the right leg, putting your arms back to a T. Taking the left leg, bringing the heel as close to your glute as you can. Once you're there, taking the right hand this time, placing it on the left quad and bringing it over. Again, keeping that left shoulder on the ground, your head, your neck on the ground, just really stretching out the lower back. And take some nice deep breaths. Hold this for another 5 seconds. Slowly roll yourself back. Extend that left leg. You can sit up. What we're going to do is we're going to turn over on our belly. We're going to do a nice ab stretch. What you're going to do is get your thighs down on the ground. I want your legs extended out. I want you to look up to the sky and really feel your abs. And you're probably cursing at me right now because I'm cursing at myself. Because this is a stretch. Woo. Stretch those abs out. Hold this for another 15 seconds. Looking up to the ceiling if you can. All right, ladies, we're going to get into our final pose of the day, believe it or not. So we're going to now get up on all fours, get into the child's pose. Once your knees are in line with your hips and your arms are with your shoulders, I want you to walk out, your hands walk them out. Once you're there, I want you to push your hips back, bringing your chest to the ground, and really focusing on your breathing. This is the end of stretch. I feel like $1,000,000. Enjoy every minute of stretch. Our bodies definitely needed that one.
All right, ladies. The time has come. Let me unmute you all. I have to do it individually? That's crazy. Sorry, I'm not used to this. There we go. You guys can unmute. Perfect. I don't know. I'll have to check into that. This is the new 5.0. Trying to unmute everybody. How do you guys feel?
Oh, wonderful. The half an hour just flies by.
How about the lower back? I try to throw a couple more in there.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Good. All right, don't forget, we got a couple things. We got the live sessions. I don't know if any of you have been able to take a stab at any of those yet. We've got those a couple times a day, maximum of 9, but we're still doing the lives. We also have with Nina, Ask Nina Anything on Friday at 11, from 11 to 12. And then back with me Saturday at 9:30. Oh,
9:15.
I know. You think I know this by now. 9:15 with me.
Really, the more I do this, it's just, it's so good. It's like every time I do it, I just feel like I can stretch a little further, and
Yep.
it just makes me better doing the exercises that we do, you know?
It is. It all works hand in hand. It does. Even though it's nice and slow tempo, that's what this is for, is to really stretch those muscles out. Like even that ab one that we just did, like my abs are still hurting. Like just from stretching, because we do so much impact to them. It's just a circle that we do, and we need to do stretch.
Definitely.
And
Appreciate it.
it helps me kick back from the soreness that might be going on during the week, you know?
Yep.
This helps.
Good. I'm
For
glad.
sure.
I'm glad. Well, this will be posted for you if you want to do it later. But thank you guys for coming. And if you
Thank you so
need
much,
anything
Jess.
or want anything, you know how to get a hold of me. Bye, sweetie. Thank you for coming.
So
Bye,
much, Jess.
everybody.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.